Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. I'm returning to you for the season 1 recap video for Halloween Extravaganza movie reviews that I did for this season, which is season 1. So I'm gonna discuss from episodes 1 to 22 what I reviewed for each movie, and I'll let you know what I thought of each movie. So let's start with the first one, which is episode 1, The Silence of the Lambs. Now, I really did enjoy that movie, and you can definitely go check out my review if you haven't seen it, because I think I did a good job on it. It came out like about 4 weeks ago. As of today, it's 4 weeks old. But I hope you did enjoy it. I did these movies every day. That way I could fit it into uh, every day so I have something to recap by the end of the month. And it finally is the end of the month, and happy Halloween to you guys. Hopefully you guys have a good Halloween. Um yeah, so the first episode I did was for The Silence of the Lambs, the first movie I reviewed for this Halloween Extravaganza movie review, and yeah, definitely go check out my review for it, because I don't think you'll be disappointed with it. I think I gave it like a 9 out of 10, if I remember correctly. But you'll have to watch the review to see what I rated it, because I went into discussion more about what I talked about in that review, and what I liked about the movie and my dislikes. And I don't think there was a lot of dislikes that I had concerns with about the movie. But yeah, the second episode I did was for Nightmare on Elm Street, the first one with Robert Englund in it, the 1984 movie, of course. And that was a pretty good movie. I really liked it. Um, he made a lot of movies playing as Freddy Krueger. About 8 films, I believe. And he stopped after 2003 because I don't think he wanted to play Freddy anymore. And that's understandable. But this movie executed very well, and I really enjoyed the kill scenes and how each teen gets killed and all that. It's pretty sick, and uh, yeah, it's not a bad movie. It was pretty good. The third episode I did was for Trick or Treat, and uh, although I didn't get to watch the movie at the time, I still enjoyed it. Remembering what I watched, uh, it was an enjoyable movie. Probably not the best movie, but it was good. You'd have to watch my review to see what I rated it, because I can't remember what I rated it, to be honest, because it's been a little while since I reviewed it, like almost 4 weeks ago. But yeah, the third episode I did was for Trick or Treat, and you can definitely go check out my review for it if you haven't seen it, for episode 3 of the Halloween Extravaganza movie reviews for season 1. Uh, the fourth episode I did was for Alien Covenant, and although it's kind of a thriller movie, I put it in as a Halloween movie because it's Alien, of course, and the Alien movies are really good. Except for the third and fourth one with Sigourney Weaver in it. Those were a little cringy to watch through. I wasn't crazy about the third and fourth one as much, but they did all right. But this one was not too bad. I really liked it. I think I gave it an 8 out of 10 if I remember correctly. You'd have to go watch my review for it for episode 4 of the Halloween Extravaganza movie reviews, and yeah. Episode 4 I did was for Alien Covenant, and definitely go check out that review for it. Uh, Episode 5 that I did was for Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge, and that was a pretty good one. It was really sick where Freddy comes out of the kid's body, and I'm like, ew. Out of Jesse's body, and I'm like, this is just gross. It got really gross later on in the other Nightmare on Elm Street movies. Uh, I think from 3 to 5, he gets pretty creative as his character Freddy Krueger, Robert Englund does. But yeah, definitely go check out my review for Nightmare on Elm Street 2: Freddy's Revenge. I did mention that I didn't get to watch it because I was really busy with other things and all that, and I didn't have free time to watch it that day. But yeah, it was a pretty good movie. The sixth episode I did was for Hannibal. I did get to watch that one, and I gotta say, it was pretty good. I wasn't disappointed with that one. Uh, he pretty much is in Paris for most of the movie, and then he goes back to the States or whatever, like later on in the movie. Hannibal Lecter does, as well, Anthony Hopkins as Hannibal Lecter in the movie goes to Paris first, and then he goes to, what is it, back to the States or whatever. Sorry if I paused for a second, I was just thinking right now. um but yeah, definitely go check out my review for it if you haven't seen it. uh and episode 6 I did was for Hannibal, the 2001 movie. The seventh episode I did a movie review on was for The Shining, and I really did enjoy that movie. It was really good. I like the sequel to it. I didn't get a chance to watch it because I know it's like a 3 hour movie, so it's pretty long, but it is worth watching. Uh, it's crazy how Jack Nicholson goes crazy at the end of the movie. I'm like, oh wow. Guess he let those spirits inside him. And it was a pretty intense movie. Uh, and had some scare scenes and freaky scenes, but it executed very well, and I gave it a really good rating. You'd have to check out my review to see what I rated it, but episode 7 I did was for The Shining. Episode 8 I did was for Life, the 2017 movie. It's kind of a thriller movie. It's in space with this alien named Calvin who they found somewhere in the deep reaches of space, and it gets transported to their astronaut center in space or whatever, or whatever it is. And Jake Gyllenhaal's in it. So is Ryan Reynolds and Rebecca Ferguson, and that it was a pretty good cast. And I really enjoyed this movie, even though almost everyone dies in this movie. It's really fucked up. The ending really gets you on your seat, and you're like, oh shit. I'm like, Earth is doomed. If you watched it, you know what I'm talking about. But that's the movie review I did for Life of episode 8 that I did for the Halloween Extravaganza movie reviews. Definitely go check that out if you haven't seen it. I think I did a good job on it. Episode 9 was for Nightmare on Elm Street 3 Dream Warriors, and that was actually not too bad. I actually liked it. It got a little creative. Uh, Freddy Krueger got creative. Well, Robert Englund, of course. I said the wrong name, sorry. As Freddy Krueger got very creative with his character, with the kill scenes, and it was pretty intense. And I really enjoyed this movie. Uh, Definitely go check out my review if you haven't seen it. I think I did a good job on it. I'm not sure. But yeah, episode 9 I did a Nightmare on Elm Street 3 Dream Warriors. Uh, and episode 10 I did was for Saw. And that wasn't a bad movie. Probably not the best one that I've seen. I think I gave it a 7.5 if I remember correctly. But it wasn't bad. Um and definitely go check out my review for it if you haven't seen it. I know I keep repeating the same thing. I think I gave it a 7.5 out of 10. Sorry about the ding. This phone does that a lot. Uh, Episode 11 was for As Above, So Below. It's where they go to this catacombs or whatever, and then they go deep into the catacombs of Paris, and the only way out is the only way out is down, and that's pretty fucked up because they're in the gates of hell, which is they get to the gates of hell later in the movie, and it gets really fucked up. But yeah, the movie was pretty good, and I do see myself watching it again. So episode 11 I did was for As Above, So Below. I'm gonna have to return to you for part 2 of the Halloween Extravaganza movie reviews season 1 recap video. Uh, but yeah, definitely stay tuned for the next part. It'll be for season 1 recap video for Halloween Extravaganza movie reviews. So definitely stay safe, take care, and I'll see you in part 2 very soon of the season 1 recap of Halloween Extravaganza movie reviews.